Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel, and today we'll learn mathematics, and there we'll have a chapter of trigonometry. So what is trigonometry? Where the word actually come from, and why should we learn this? So trigonometry is basically a Greek word because it has three parts. One is trigon and metry. Tri means three, gon means sides, and metry means measure. That means it is clear that trigonometry is the study of the sides of triangle, right? One thing you should remember, that in trigonometry will deal with only a right angle. Okay, so what is the use of trigonometry in our daily life? So let's see. Suppose there is a building. Suppose let assume that that is of height of, and let assume that it has a height of 40 meter, and there is a person who is sitting at the top of the building, and there is a point that is name of A, and the person is watching the point. So there should be some angle between them, right? And the line joining them, that is called the line of sight. Okay, the line that I have drawn now between the person and the point is called the line of sight, right? Now the line of sight will create an angle with the horizontal. Okay, so the name of the angle can be theta, it can be x, y, anything. Okay, and particularly in trigonometry, the most famous word is theta. Theta is also a Greek word, and we will actually find out the ratio of the three sides of triangle, right? And in trigonometry we will deal with only right angle triangle. So let's see that how trigonometry works. Now there is a right angle triangle. Now here is the right angle, and the name is A, B and C, right? Now there is an angle of theta, right? Now we can see that angle B is equals to 90 degree, right? So in trigonometry what we'll do, right? In trigonometry, at first we have to recognize what are the three sides of a right angle triangle. The opposite side of the angle is known as a perpendicular. That means that side is the perpendicular. The horizontal line that is adjacent with the angle is known as base. Therefore this is called the base, and the line of sight is known as hypotenuse, which is creating an angle theta with the base. Therefore we can say that this is the hypotenuse, right? So in a triangle, what the property it will follow? It will follow the Pythagoras theorem. So what is Pythagoras theorem? According to this Pythagoras theorem, we know that h square, that is equals to p square plus b square, where h is the hypotenuse, t is the perpendicular and b is the base. That theorem will be followed in a right angle, right? Now what is the function of trigonometry here? Here the theta should be taken for different kind of ratios. If we find out sine of theta, sine is a trigonometric function that denotes the ratio of two sides. What are the two sides? That sine theta is equals to the ratio of perpendicular and hypotenuse. Next, another ratio that is named as cos theta. Cos of theta is equals to the ratio of base and hypotenuse, right? I hope that part is understandable for you guys. Now there is another thing, that is tan theta, that we will write in the next slide. Okay, so tan theta is basically the ratio of perpendicular and base. If this is a right angle triangle, and if we name it as A, B and C, and here the angle is 90 degree, and if that angle is theta, then you can say that that portion is the perpendicular and that portion is the base and that is the hypotenuse, right? So tan theta is the ratio of perpendicular and base. So we have got three of the trigonometric ratios, right? So how can you remember this? That what is the value of sine theta? How can we express sine theta? How can we express cos theta? Right? It will be very difficult to remember this perpendicular, base and hypotenuse and their ratios also. So there is a poem that you have to remember, that is Pandit Bhola Pal हर हर बोले सोना चांदी तोले. Now it's a poem, right? So Pandit Bhola Pal har bole sona chandi tole. What does it mean? Actually, by this poem we can remember the ratio of the sides of a right angle triangle, right? S, here S denotes the sine, C denotes the cos and T denotes the tan. That means sine is the ratio of perpendicular and hypotenuse. Cos is the ratio of base and hypotenuse. Tan is the ratio of perpendicular and base. Right? So here we can write down that sine of angle theta, that is equals to perpendicular by hypotenuse. Cos of angle theta, that is equals to base by hypotenuse. And tan of angle theta, that is equals to perpendicular by base. One thing you should remember, that trigonometric function, that can be sine, cos, tan or whatever, that is invalid without its angle, because the function is working on that angle theta, and for that we are getting the ratios of any two sides. If sine is working on that angle theta, we are getting the ratio of perpendicular and hypotenuse. When cos is working on that angle theta, we are getting a ratio of base and hypotenuse. When tan is working on that angle theta, then we are getting a ratio of perpendicular and base. Right? Now, this is the basic introduction, part 1. Now, we are just moving forward. So, sine of theta, we have got the ratio as perpendicular by hypotenuse. Now there is a reverse ratio of sine theta, that is known as cosec theta. Cosec theta is the reverse ratio of sine theta. So we can write it as cosec theta is equals to 1 by sine theta, and that should be equals to hypotenuse by perpendicular, right? Now we have cos theta, that is equals to base by hypotenuse. Now there is also a reverse ratio of cos theta, that is known as sec theta. So sec theta is equals to 1 by cos theta, and sec theta equals to, we can write as hypotenuse by base, right? I hope you guys are understanding the concept. Now the last one, that is tan theta is equals to perpendicular by base. Now there is also a reverse ratio, that is known as cot theta, and cot theta can be written as 1 by tan theta, and it will be base by perpendicular, right? Just write down all of the concepts that you are learning at this time. Okay, next we will solve some numericals also. Now if you are given that sine theta is equals to 3 by 5, and you have to determine all of the trigonometric ratios. Determine all of the t ratios. That means that trigonometric ratios. What you'll do, just pause the video and think at first. Okay, I will draw a right angle triangle and I will name it as A, B and C. Now sine theta is equals to 3 by 5. Now I am taking that angle as theta. Okay, now sine theta equals to 3 by 5. Now that is equals to, we can write it as perpendicular by hypotenuse. That means perpendicular is of 3 unit and the hypotenuse is of 5 unit. So we don't know the base, right? We don't know the base. So how can we determine the base? We will apply the formula by Pythagoras, right? We will apply the formula of Pythagoras. What does the formula tells us? That is hypotenuse square, that is equals to perpendicular square plus base square. Now hypotenuse is 5, so 5 square, that is equals to perpendicular is 3, that is 3 square, and the base will remain same. Next move to another slide and calculate the rest of the part. Now 5 square is 25, that is equals to 9 plus of b square. Now b square will be equals to 16 and b will be equals to 4. So if we redraw that right angle triangle, so now we have the values of the perpendicular is 3 unit, the base is 4 unit and the hypotenuse is 5 unit. We can name it as A, B and C, right? Now we can find out all of the trigonometric ratios with the help of this angle theta, right? One thing I want to clear to all of you guys, if you can take this theta instead of point C, you can take that theta on the point A also. But if you take it A as theta, then the value of base and perpendicular will be reversed, right? Because if you are taking theta for the angle of, because if you are taking theta at point A, then the opposite side of the theta will be perpendicular. That means the BC will be perpendicular and AB will be the base. Okay, therefore the trigonometric will be affected if we change the angle at once, right? So initially, if you want to take that theta to angle C, you should not change that angle. It will be remain on that position. Okay, but if you want to wish to change that angle, you have to change the values also, right? So be careful, don't change the angle in a sum. Now we have all of the values of perpendicular, base and hypotenuse, right? Now what is the value of cos theta? Cos theta equals to base by hypotenuse, that is of 4 by 5. What is the value of tan theta? That is equals to perpendicular by base, that is equals to 3 by 4. Now what is the value of cosec theta? Now cosec theta is the reverse ratio of sine theta, that is equals to 5 by 3, right? What is the value of sec theta? Sec theta is the reverse ratio of cos theta, that is equals to 5 by 4. Now what is the value of cot theta? Cot theta is the reverse ratio of tan theta, that is equals to 4 by 3. That's all. In this way you can solve a sum. Now let's see what will occur if I change that angle. Now I'm taking another example. Now cos theta is given as 5 by 12. What does it mean? If we draw a right angle triangle here, and if I take that angle as theta, and if I name it as A, B and C, then what will be the base? The base will be AB, right? And the perpendicular will be the opposite side of that angle, that is of BC, because base is always the side which is adjacent to the angle. Remember this. Now, what is the value of base here? The base is 5 and the hypotenuse is 12. We have to determine the value of this perpendicular. So how can we determine it? We can determine it with the help of Pythagoras theorem. So this is the problem that will guys solve at your home and send me the answer. Okay, thank you so much for watching our video. If you like this video, just subscribe our channel and share it more and more, thus people can know that what we teach.